Troy, put that slide back up again. I've never seen my name on that slide before. I'm reminded of when I was running sound in the little church that I grew up in, and they had all the little kids lined up reciting lines for a Christmas pageant. And the teacher hands them a mic and holds a mic up there, and they say their little line. They go to the next one, they say their little line, and the last one puts the mic up there, and that little kid, 6 years old, he reaches out, he grabs that mic real tight. He says his line, and then he says, "And while I got this thing, I got a thing or two to say." I don't have a thing or two to say. That first breath that the group of musicians take, that time when we gather on a Sunday morning and the first thing we do is we sing together. I could stand up here and I could go through all of the ways that making music helps the brain. There's been so much research done on the actual physiological changes that happen within the brain when you make music. And how when a choir is singing together, if they're truly singing together, their heartbeats start to sync up. I could talk about how, as when we're singing, we're able to take what has been said to be the greatest gift of God, which is music, and the greatest invention of humankind, which is language, and combine them. And then I could say when we sing together, we add to that. We add to that community. We add to that communion. Singing truly is communion together when we sing together. When you put these sounds, I've often wondered, these sounds, what is it that's so fascinating about sound to us? What is it that's so fascinating about organized sound? Even a simple tune. Isn't it true that sometimes the simplest tune is the most beautiful? That's where the Spirit is. For me, that's where the Spirit is. I have worshiped with music now. I've worked in worship settings and community music settings for 38 years now. 20 of them have been here in this room. And what I have learned, I could spend all day on. But the most important thing I learned one evening in Minneapolis, At the time, I was a choir music director, part-time music director at a Methodist church in East Moline, Illinois, the home of John Deere tractors. And was really frustrated, was really feeling frustrated. Why am I doing this? I've been in wonderful choirs. I've sung in professional settings that are just, we've done amazing music, and we've walked off the stage saying, gosh, we sang that, we did that really well. Yeah, that was really great. And deep down inside, I think, well, why? Why did we do this? What was the purpose behind this? And then one night at a convention in Minneapolis, I saw the St. Olaf Choir. St. Olaf Choir from Northfield, Minnesota, which is a center of a cappella singing in the U.S. and has been for the last 150 years or more. St. Olaf Choir, world-renowned, and they stand up there, and the first thing you see, of course, they're in their robes, full robes, and suddenly you see their robes open as they spread their hands out and the flowing sleeves fill up the space between the singers, and you realize that under those sleeves they're holding hands. And then as they sang, the expression of the love for the art of what they were doing, and the love of who they were singing for. That's what it comes down to. And ever since then, if I have preached anything to choirs, to musicians, it's why do we do this? We do this out of a love for the art. And if we ever strive toward excellence, it's not for the sake of excellence itself. It is always in pursuit of the advancement of that art because of that love of the art. That love of the art of music. Whether you're singing, whether you're playing piano, saxophone, oboe, whatever, you have to have that love for the art. And if I've tried to instill anything in our congregation over these years, it's been that love for the art of music. I want to thank you for singing with me. Thank you for singing with me. Thank all of you for singing with us.